Oh boy, oh boy. Doom Slayer. How's it going, buddy? How is life? How is life treating you these days, the Doom Slayer? Going amazing? I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Going fine, going fine. Just working. I'm doing good. Uh, I got energy tonight. I don't got anything to do in the morning. Figured why not stream late. I don't feel like doing any writing though, so I'm just gonna do some art. What art am I gonna do? Don't know yet. Haven't decided, but we will. Quickly make that decision. Going to be trying out a new tool also. Not a new tool, just one I haven't used in a long time. This little sucker right here. Always. Always and forever, I want to hear something off the wall. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's see. One thing I always struggle with this sort of stuff is like things is it just dries out so quickly. Oh, that's so cool. Dude, what? That's so cool. How's it going? Where are you planning to be? See, this is the problem I have with these. They dry out almost immediately, and then I gotta... Oh, 1 second. There it is. Tell me about how did this come up? Tell me about the application process. Tell me. Tell me everything. I want to hear it all. Can you get me a job at NASA? We'll do it traditionally. I mean, this is a better way to do it, and I've produced good. Aha, it is working. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Oh well. Nice! Holy heck, my man. That is legit cool as hell. That is legit cool as hell. And plus, you have experience. You did slay aliens in hell. Or demons in space. That's such a cool job. Oh, how do you feel about that? Yeah, it sounds appropriate. Leaving behind old friends and family, but excited for a new adventure. Callie! Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I think I drifted over into an Irish accent there. How's it going, Kals? I like the Plague of the Burning Whispers. That's a strong title. By the way, I was gonna try and play a game tonight, but I couldn't get it to work, so we're not going to. I didn't today. I'd like to eventually, but I find the games keep glitching out, so every time I've tried to play one on here, so no games tonight. Doomslayer over here, Callie, is going to be possibly in NASA. It wasn't that I couldn't get the game to work. It's just that I couldn't. OBS was not playing game ball. The game itself is working fine. Yeah. I wanted to play. This is true. This is what I was going to try and play tonight. We'll do more inking later, but we'll just do some just traditional pencil drawings. I wanted to play the first Elder Scrolls game. I thought that would be fun. I've always been curious what it's like. I've never played it before. So we were going to play the very first Elder Scrolls game. Live on here. I thought that'd be fun. Shoddy has a melody. Sorry, somebody else's bit. So, Callie, how is the how is your plague story going on? Appropriately plagues. Oh, I thought that was such a good title. Oh, that's such a good title. You're not going to use that anymore? What not to tell a skeleton? I thought that was so funny. That was such a funny idea. Okay, because that's such a good title. I love that title so much. Johnny. So what have we been watching this week? Anybody watch anything good? I just read. No, I did just read it. I read the I've been reading. I read the second issue of Helen of Winterhorn. I feel like this could be a huge thing, but I don't know. It's too early. It's too early. There's not enough issues out yet before the series really gets going. Do people know Conan the Barbarian? Callie, do you know? Have you heard of Conan the Barbarian? Okay, so the basic premise of Helen Winterhorn. It's there's a few levels of sophistication. Okay, so it follows Helen Cole, whose father was a pulp novelist by the name of G.K. Cole, and G.K. Cole was essentially this disaster of a human being. And the only way he made money was writing the adventures of this over the top barbarian hero. And Helen, like her father, is also a disaster of a human being. Anyway, so he dies. He dies, and her grandfather turns out that Helen's grandfather is this insanely rich dude, wildly rich dude, and he takes her in. And the big twist of the series, first issue, is that the stories her father wrote weren't they weren't fictional. They were real life. They were real life stories of her grandfather. It turns out her grandfather is essentially Conan the Barbarian, and anyway, so that's what the premise of Helen of Winterhorn is, and it's just started, so we haven't really got to the full details of what's been going on, but it's a cool story, I think. And I feel like it should be a bigger deal, but I don't think people have heard about it. Anyway, so that's my pitch. That's the pitch of the series. I didn't write that. I wish I'd come up with that idea. Because that idea is genius. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous because I would... That sounds like something I should have come up with, but I didn't, so... Okay, here's a question for the group. If you could be in charge of rebooting any character, who would it be? Who would you reboot if you could? Shoddy as a melody. God, I need to cut my hair. It's gotten pretty much unmanageable. Do you know that the Dexter books, do have a weird fantastical twist? Have you ever, like, the serial killer ones, right? Yep. There's a very weird twist that happens in the Dexter books that everybody was quite surprised by that it went. Okay. Let me. Dexter books. The serial killer one, right? Dexter Morgan? Or are we talking about Dexter's Lab? Oh! Right, yeah. Dexter's Lab. What would you... Oh, well, there's a TV show about a serial killer named... there's a TV show about a vigilante serial killer who kills other serial killers called Dexter. It was a pretty good show for, like, 4 seasons, and it got really bad. But, so how would you reboot Dexter? If you could. The Lab, Dexter's Lab. How would you reboot it? What would you do? How would you approach that reboot? Okay. Would it be like Dexter meets Mr. Robot or something? Why don't you write that? Why don't you write that story then? Why don't you write the story where you're a hacker spy? Fuck that bullshit. They're wrong. Um, okay, so the trick. You don't watch all my YouTube videos, do you, Callie? Where I talked about why that's kind of a wrong-headed way to think. But the trick, I think, with self-inserts, if you want to call it that, is emotional honesty. Emotional honesty. You got to be kind of emotionally honest with yourself and be willing to critique your actions. I mean, the truth of it is, almost every character you're going to write is in some way a self-insert of yourself, you know? Hey, Shirtsy, how's it going? Good to see ya, good to see ya. Callie! Congratulations! Congrats, my friend. Oh, you want to do computer science now? I'm okay at it. I'm certainly better than I was. Hey, Dick. How's it going? Yeah, that's what's nice about doing community college. It's cheaper and oh, this is intolerable. The hair is constantly in my eyes. It's cheaper and you can get a lot of. It's cheaper. It's cheaper and you don't accrue as much debt. Taking those courses you need to take. So Shirts, what's been going on? Dig, what's been going on? Digital. Charlie. Oh, hey Chip. Oh, okay. No worries. What do you want to be called? Do you want to be called Shirtsy or Dig or Chips? I mean, I thought your thing looked familiar, but I wasn't sure. I don't know. Oh, my reference. Okay. Just fit better. Makes sense. So what are you doing over at your YouTube channel? That's cool. Am I following you? I'll give you a follow. Why not? Wait, I'm confused. Why is this one getting a lot of notes? Weird. A random video I made a while ago is starting to get noticed. I don't know. It's always weird when that happens. When like you make a video and it's like suddenly like months later it's like, oh, now it's getting noticed. I'm like, why is that getting noticed now? And it's never when you put that much effort into. It's like, you know, just a kind of a one-off. Sean. Oh, come on. You know, you're supposed to kind of just, when you do pencils, you're supposed to just kind of not really care all that much about precision. Precision is more for the inkers to do. You know, you're just supposed to get the general shape correct, you know. I was taking art classes. I've taken some art classes. I've never been to art school, but I have taken a few art classes. You know, my teachers were always like, it's very late where I am. It's not like I have anything to do tomorrow, so. But yes, go to bed, by the way, when you're tired. Don't stay up because on my account, okay? So what have we been enjoying lately? What has been the epicenter of the week? Touching grass is good. I should do that more. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. I mean, I'm okay. I probably got to start looking for jobs pretty soon, but I'm happy to take just a little break from all that stress. Might take a trip. There we go. Oh. I don't know. I'm in a decently good mood. I really want to watch the Fallout TV show. I haven't got around to it yet. And I should, but I haven't. Theoretically, I could watch it live on Twitch, you know? It's an Amazon original. You can watch Amazon stuff for free on Twitch without getting in trouble. Sure. Legally, of course, legally. As we are live on Twitch right now, I would not want to condone any piracy from the great and lovely corporation that is Amazon. Well, exactly. We love Amazon. We wake up every day praising it and its benevolent leader, Jeff Bezos. All hail Bezos. He has led us. He has freed us from the shackles of a non-Amazon existence. Jeff is good. Do it. There's nothing spookier than a videotape. Good, yes, yes. Yes, evil. Total evil. That's such an evil move. Evil Thompson, right? That's who we were talking about? No, you spelled it right. I'm just deliberately mispronouncing it. Wait a minute. Are you a wizard? Yes, yes, words. In that order. I see, I see. You have put those words in that order. I can tell. Harley! Good to see you. Well, I'll be doing it more. So, we'll have more chances. It is good, very good to see. What have you been up to these days, Hearts? There it is. Ugh, that was the bane of my existence. Nobody likes that. Well, that sucks. That you gotta do boring stuff like that. What happened with chemistry? Just didn't do it? That's fair. Anyways. Real question, non-homework questions, because homework, when I was a kid at least, homework, that's all anybody would ask me about is like homework. Well, how's your homework going? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a human being. I deserve to be talked to about my likes and interests, not your... Just what you have forced me to do. Anything exciting? Anything non-homework exciting? Yeah, that's also what I remember as being a kid. Watching any shows? Playing any games? Reading any comics? Nah, you're just a kid. Kids' lives are like that. I used to think that when I was a kid, then I realized, oh no, of course my life is boring. I'm just a kid. They're not going to let me do like any of that stuff. Yeah. Trying to do... Really? Because you get to stay home? I'd imagine that would be the best thing about getting surgery is you get to stay home. this dry. I think this. Yeah, it can really knock you out. I mean, the worst part about like preparing for all this stuff is like, to me at least, is like not getting to eat for like 48 hours. That sucks. Do they make you take yeah. Anything before surgery? They've made me take some pretty foul stuff before I had to do a procedure. We're gonna let her dry off. I think this was kind of a flop of an idea. I'm still trying to learn how to use more traditional inks. I never use them, and I should use them more, but we're gonna go back to my whenever I ink something, I just use ballpoint pens. It's not exactly what you're supposed to do. What makes good like inking, but I've been made to drink awful things that taste like garbage before before having procedures. You know, Harley, I'm going to throw this out at you. Since you're having surgery, boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna throw this out at you. And then, well, I know, since you're having surgery, anything you want. Well, yeah, I'm just casually grabbing some stuff. Anything you want me to draw, I'll draw. Free of charge. It's not like I charge anything to begin with, but I'll let you pick what I draw. You want a bunny? I can do a bunny. Anything special about this bunny? Floppy ears? I can do floppy ears. Oh, darn it. 1 second. Okay, let's do it. You know, I saw a rabbit today, a few days ago at the mall. Just some girl was carrying it around, and I was so surprised to see it. I had a rabbit when I was a kid. I loved that rabbit so much. I've been thinking about getting a new one, but I don't know. You should. You should. I might. They were, I have like a lot of allergies though, so I have to be careful like with animals. I'm always scared if I get an animal and then I'm allergic to it. I'd have to give it up. Yeah, that's my big fear. Hey, guess what super creative name I named my pet rabbit when I was a kid? No. Hopper. I named her Hopper. Yeah. It's a good name. Strong name. Any shows you looking forward to? No, it's a very cute name. And then I had a second one that I let my aunt name, and she called it Cosette. It took me forever to always explain the name. Do you know where Cosette comes from? If you're curious. Yeah, that's a very cute name. It's a very cute name. It comes from Les Mis. That was my aunt's favorite like book/play. Yeah. I don't want to say what she. That's my aunt's favorite book/play. Is Les Mis. Yeah, it's a book. Originally, it was a book. It's a very long, long book. It's huge. Les Mis. Oh yeah, yep. I was just making sure it was right. Yeah, Victor Hugo. Written by Victor Hugo. Okay, Harley. Harley, here's trivia question of the night. What is Victor Hugo's other famous book? It's something you've definitely heard of before. I will give you a few hints. You've heard of it. You've heard of it before because it was also adapted into a movie, a musical movie. Uh, it's a movie. Think of the other famous French thing you might have heard of. Yeah, there's a few. I'll throw this out. It's an animated movie. No, no, no. What's the other animated French thing? Movie that animated French movie that takes place in France. That's a musical. Produced by Disney. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Notre Dame. We are looking for the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Go to bed then. No. No, you're not. I just thought that was a random fun fact. Yes, Victor Hugo wrote both of those. Both of the books. Although the book is, I will say the book is, The Hunchback is a fairly dark movie for a Disney film, and the book is much darker. And a little bit racist. And a little bit racist, unfortunately. The book. No, not your honey. I love honey. I'll take that as sarcastic. I'll take that as sarcastic. I'll take that as sarcastic. You worded that the worst way possible. Gosh, that's the worst way you could word it. God, that's just the worst way you could have worded that. Yeah. Yeah. It's learned, I mean, not all of them have mustaches. That's that's what we call a stereotype. Harley, that's what we call a stereotype, Harley. Um, Tiny bit. If I could give some advice, young Carly, about a way to approach the world. You know how that every person you meet has, although similar, has, every person you meet will have both very similar experiences to you and very different experiences to you, and that we are ultimately all protagonists in our own stories, going through life, going through life. Remember that applies to everybody in the world. And that everybody in the world will have different variations of lived-in experiences. Not that there aren't cultural similarities, but there are. But everybody is unique and different and the same in a lot of ways. And ultimately, all we really want is, love, love and companionship, and to feel safe. Treat every person like a friend, like a brother and a friend that you have not yet met, and all will go well. I'm from Texas. Okay. Sounds good. You ran so far away, and I ran so, but I couldn't get away. I know! I should be in the Louvre. I should have a singing career. And I ran so far away. And I ran so far away, but I couldn't get away. Do you know that song? I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. I imagine. Well, it's a British thing. It's because they're from Britain. No. No. Just always take things as opportunities to learn. Don't. You're really kind of getting me stuck in a situation here, Harley, that I don't want to be in. Yeah. Yeah, hey. Well, now we're 3. How's it going? Hey, hey Artia. How are things? Message retracted. Is that... Can you do that? Can people just retract their own messages? Oh man. Harley, you're getting me into trouble here. I trust you. Oh, I trust you, but... You know, I am gonna cut that whole, like, little interaction out, by the way, of the stream. For both our sakes. I do that when I feel something has maybe gone a little bit wrong. I do cut it out. In fact, I'm gonna delete. Okay, Harley, I'm gonna time you out for just a second. Okay. You're gonna be gone for just a second, and it'll be like it never happened. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think it got suggested to you because you're cool. That's why. Harley, you still here? Mm. Hate to hear that. Hate to hear that. You know why you guys suggested my lives? It's because I'm cool as heck. And you match that level of cool. What do you think? A nice little bunny. And Harley, I 100% believe you're a kid with a good heart. Don't worry about that. I never doubted that for a second. Okay. So, Artia. Okay, Harley. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Art. Artie. Rika. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. I'm going to turn this off and turn this back on, okay? Be back in a minute.